last video, we learned about hair ID. We learned the first two categories, which is hair porosity and hair density. Hair porosity is your hair's ability to retain and absorb moisture and hydration, and hair density is the number of strands per square centimeter. And we learned that there are three categories to both of them, which are low, medium, and high. And along with that, we learned how to test both of them. Let's start with hair thickness. Hair thickness is the diameter of each hair strand. There are three categories to this: fine strands, medium strands, and thick strands. To test your hair thickness, you would take a strand of your hair. You don't need to snap it off. Then take two fingers and place that strand in between the two fingers and just rub your fingers back and forth. And if you can feel the strand, you have thick strands. If you can somewhat feel the strand, then you have medium strands. And if you can't feel the strand, then you have fine strands. Secondly is scalp condition. This is the natural moisture and balance of oils in your hair. There are three categories to this: oily scalp, normal scalp, and dry scalp. To test your scalp condition, wash your hair with shampoo and no other products, even conditioner. Then let it dry and wait for about 24 to 38 hours without any products. Then take a tissue or a blotting paper and tap it on your scalp. If you see no oil stains or very, very little oil stains, then you probably have dry scalp. If you see a little bit of stains, then you have a normal scalp. If you have a lot of oil stains, then you probably have an oily scalp. And it's best to tighten different sections of your hair so you get an overall. The characteristics of the different scalp conditions: for oily, it produces a lot of sebum, which is your natural hair oil, and it often feels and looks greasy and it's prone to build up, so it's best to use shampoo regularly. For a normal scalp, it has a balanced condition and it doesn't feel greasy, so it's best to also shampoo your hair, of course, but you don't have to do it constantly. Then for a dry scalp, it produces very little sebum, so your hair feels dry a lot, which can make it very itchy and irritating and can give you white flakes. So it's best to shampoo also, but not so often, and use a moisturizing shampoo so not all the moisture that's in your hair is taken away. Finally is hair pattern. There are four categories to this: type 1 hair, which is straight; type 2 hair, which is wavy; type 3 hair, which is curly; and type 4 hair, which is coily. For testing your hair pattern, it's more of an observation, and you can use the image that is on the screen. As higher the number gets, the more tighter the curl or the coil is. And it's not that important to know which letter you fall under, as it's not scientifically proven that it's correct or standardized, but it's just a way people to categorize the hair. But it's still somewhat helpful, as it helps people understand their pattern better, find products that actually work for how tight their curl or coil is, and helps people to connect and have representation online. For example, if for 4C hair, the gels type 4A use might not work because our hair shrinks more than theirs. So yeah. To summarize everything we have learned in these last two videos of hair identity, we have learned about hair porosity, which is your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture and hydration. Hair density, which is the number of strands per square centimeter. Hair thickness, which is the diameter of a hair strand. Scalp condition, which is the natural moisture and oil balance of your hair. Then we have learned about hair pattern, which has curly, coily, straight, and wavy hair. So to finalize everything about hair ID, which is actually a code, an example is if you have low porosity hair, you'd put L. If you have medium density, you'd put M. If you have medium strands, you'd put M. If you have a normal scalp, you'd put N. And if you have type 4 hair, you'd put 4.